Hey, what's up guys? Wes here from Super SE Straps and Off the Grid Guide. So I've had a lot of requests to actually show you guys my Bugout vehicle. First thing you're going to see is a very red Jeep Gladiator. So if you can put aside the whole idea that it's red and it sticks out, it makes an excellent Bugout vehicle. So let's go ahead and let's open it up, give you a quick look inside. And now we're going to do a kind of a 360 around it. So guys, the first thing you're going to see is our Leitner Designs active cargo system. So it's a series of trunks, kind of boxes that's attached to a rack system. So on this side we've got two smaller boxes. On the other side we've got a large one that covers the whole length of the bed. We have a water filter here, jerry can. It actually has a filter built into it. So I'm just going to do a quick run around, then we'll go into each item more in detail. So it's obviously a company vehicle for Super SE Straps, but I've done the best I can to prepare it for actual emergencies. So let's talk about the gear I have inside. We'll start here on the front passenger side. First, I've got a Rogan pry bar here. This does not interfere with the airbag. If someone is in this seat, the ham radio is going to come off because that would interfere with it. The airbag's going to come from the top and over. This is going to be out of the way down to the lower and down. So I do have a ham radio, a DMR. This is from Baofeng. I've got a Midland radio, GMRS. I'll open this up here. So I find it easier to keep smaller tools and supplies in secondary containers. So I've got knives, chewing gum. This is one of those readers, those OBD. You plug it into your vehicle port down here and it'll give you diagnostics on your vehicle. And here at the bottom I have a little sealed bag of additional random supplies. And of course there's some goodies powder in there. And I have a little portable 22 rifle in here. The ammo is stored here in this side compartment. I'll show you how it works. So you take the 22 Winchester mag, goes in the top there as such. Then right here is the charging handle. You pull that back and you're good to go. Just a backup weapon. And then we'll fold it back up. You got to pull that out a little bit to get it to lock back into position. And I have spare ammo in the Altoids can. And of course all these compartments stay locked up. So this right here has all of my keys that I need to access various things. It's not going to access these compartments, but it's going to access my rear compartments, and we'll show you that in a second. So I've attached these extra aftermarket little pockets here. Got some Lysol, some chapstick, a couple of knives, a lighter tool, some hand lotion for cracked dry hands. I always carry water with me. We've got some coins over here. If you open this up inside, I've got my well, as you can see, some medication. In here I've got a couple of handkerchiefs and the vehicle owner's manual. And this is one of those burn-proof 800-degree Fahrenheit proof camp rags. And this is our Faraday hank. So I've got a spare phone loaded with survival guides and maps and stuff inside. You can probably see the outline of it. So I keep that phone wrapped in this Faraday hank to protect it. All right, so let's walk around to the driver's side. We're out here at our off-grid cabin in a remote area of eastern North Carolina. So on this side, I've got some gloves down here for easy access. Keep a couple super rusty straps just on the gear shifters here. And I have some pins, some hand sanitizer, another knife. I showed you earlier about my radios. I also have a RAM quick grip. This charges your phone while it's in the cradle there. Up here at the top I have a flashlight. So that stays up there, so I always know exactly where a flashlight is. I have some trauma shears over here on the sun visor. And then above me here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a tactical knife. And I have some magnetic grips for magazines and for my pistol. Remind me to reload that before I get moving. All right, so let's go around to the back, guys. I've got a Leatherman tool in here. Correction, a Gerber. Always good to have a tool with you. Some pliers, some wipes. So I oftentimes have my kid with me, so I always have wipes. There's also some more wipes and a diaper over there, or pull up I should say. So the cool thing about a Jeep Gladiator, you've got a lot of compartments for storage. So the seats actually fold up, and underneath you have more lockable, as you can see, compartments. So in here I have some survivor cord, paracord, and a lot of different themed Altoid tin kits, fire, first aid, lighting, more advanced first aid. So one's kind of like a boo-boo kit, one's got more kind of prescription, and not prescription, but different type of meds in it. And here's the bad thing, guys. If you don't go through your stuff often, you're going to forget what you have. This one's not labeled, and I honestly can't tell you what's in it. So let's take a look. So in here, I do have kind of an urban toolkit. So these are for like opening locks and stuff. And it looks like these are just a series of those tool cards, those flat laying cards that have different things in it. There's a Fresnel lens. So now I've reminded myself what that is. Very good. So we'll put those back in there. And I'll come back and lock that up. I've got a little crank and solar powered weather radio. I can't tell you the brand of this one. Don't know where I got it, but it's pretty cool to have multiple ways to charge your radio devices. So you can listen to the weather radio and just local radio. All right, let's see what's in here. So, highly recommend you have maps of your local area where you live, where you frequent, and the whole US. Printed maps, hard copies, guys. I've got them on my phone. I have them pre-downloaded on my phone, so I don't even need internet, but it's also good to have hard copies. So now let's open this up. Another cool thing about the Jeep Gladiator, as you can see, the seats lock back. So before we dive into there, I'll show you I've got a fire extinguisher right here. And you can probably see it a little bit. I'm gonna open that lower the other seat down so you can get a better view, guys. All right, so before I lower that down, let's go ahead and raise this one up. What's it hit? Well, I've come to a snag, so let's see what's going on. That's not actually raising up. So before we go down there, let's focus on this area here first. So I've got a little flashlight, pin flashlight, and a pencil torch. These things are great. Butane, take a lighter, and you've got a torch. This little pouch here has just random tools and essentials, wrenches, screwdrivers, some nails and screws inside there. All right, got to have a coat, some extra clothes for my kid, some garbage bags, my rifle's back here. It's good to have your rifle wherever you go. And as you can see, I'm at a good place where I can shoot out here. But the best thing is this locks up, so it keeps my rifle protected. You'll also see another 30 round mag over here. In here is more clothing for me, just kind of underlaying clothes, long johns and stuff. I've got a little silky pocket boy saw, a meal ration, and there's paracord and a water filter right here. Then over here I have some paper towels and a flashlight. So let's see if we can figure out what the issue was, why that lower seat wasn't raising up. There we go. I just recently adjusted things back there, so obviously something was in the way. So down here, I've got this awesome little Ryobi inverter. So you take a regular Ryobi battery. This is their largest one they have. They're 18 volt, 10 amp hour, and this actually plugs into it. So typically these batteries are used for their power drills and saws and stuff, but this one actually lets you plug in a 120 alternating current, and you've got 2 USBs and a light built into it. So it's just another backup source of energy if needed to charge your phone. I've got some batteries back here. I've got a weather meter and more clothing right here. So there's the back, guys. One thing I didn't mention was this awesome MacGyver kit from ACW. So what's really cool about this container, this little packet, is you never know what you're going to need. You may need a paper clip, you may need some super glue, whatever you want. This thing has it, man. You've got tweezers, you've got repair tape, you've got a space blanket, chapstick, and it just keeps opening up. Like, it just keeps folding open. So it's kind of like an all-in-one kit. Like, glow sticks are in there, Velcro straps. I love it because sometimes when you're like, you forget something when you're out here at a remote cabin and you're like, man, I really need that. I typically can find it in that MacGyver kit. So remember I told you about this set of keys here? So I typically keep some padlocks on here too, if my vehicle is going to be unattended for a while. All right, are you ready? Guys, this is the Lightner Designs active cargo system, and this is one of the storage containers that comes with it. Pretty nifty. So I've got 2 motion lights up here, little packet with various wires and cords. So let's start taking things out so I can show you. I've got a little sterno fuel container. Always got to have some extra water, more gloves. And this is the portable power station from Midland, USA. Just another way to have power on the go to keep my satellite phones and other essentials charged. This is from Midland, USA. See all the ports you've got. It's got a light built into it. Extra accessories are in there behind that sleeve pocket. So this is my get home bag with a little bit of a cross blend with Bugout essentials in it. So just so you know, your EDC is the sort of things that you're going to keep in your pocket. It's like the knife I've got in my pocket right now. It's like the handgun I carry, my little PSK, little sealed packet of survival supplies. But your get home bag is the smallest of bags, and it's the type that's going to get you from wherever you're at, whether you're at work, you're at school. If you're in a general area near home, within a few hours, you want to have your get home bag, because home is where you want to go. You don't want to just randomly, oh man, things have gone bad, let's bug out to the woods. That's the worst thing you can do. So this is a little bit thicker than most get home bags should be, because I do have some stuff for bugging out in there as well. The bugging out is what you want to do when you're at home and it's no longer safe to be home, and you need to move to a secondary location. So I'm not going to dive into this because this will be a whole nother video, but I'll just give you a quick peek. So in there is a orange waterproof bag that keeps everything in there sealed up. I've got a knife on the side. Of course, I've got water and means to purify water in here. I've got shelter, Duct tape's always a must. So like I say, I'm not going to dive into this. It'll be for another day. But I just wanted to show you I do have one. There's also in the back of it, there is a Premier body armor panel in there, just as protection. It's like an active shooter bag as well. All right, so you see my little setup over here? This is actually being powered from down here. So that wire goes up into there. So whenever my car is running, all these items are being charged. My satellite phone, my flashlight, my spare battery for my ham radio, and whatever else I want to plug in there. So a sat phone is definitely something I recommend. This one's from Sat Moto, and it stays back here for the most part, and it's always ready, it's always charged. I showed you a little packet of tools in there. I've started doing a lot more projects, so I needed to have tools on me more often. Not everyone needs to have this many tools, but I do have this Vito Pro Pack leather bag with kind of a good arrangement of tools. And that's pretty much the gist of this container. You've had a couple of looks at it now. This is just another little EDC pouch. Show you what's inside there. Little paracord dispenser. So guys, let's head to the other side and show you what's in these two other containers. And that'll be about it for showing you the Bugout vehicle. Now before I go all the way over there, I've got a 5-gallon gas tank from SureCan USA. The cool thing about this is this little hose tilts down, your gas goes in it, you're not having to tilt your whole can. I really love that concept. And it's in a locked storage container there, out of the way, lifted off the ground. I still have a lot of space back here, and actually I found out I can store more because it stacks up. I showed you this already. Basically, to get the water to come out, you're going to turn this and you're going to pump water. It's got a filter built into it, guys. All right, so let's open these up. All right, so on this side, I have my first aid supplies. So at first glance, you're going to see a couple of masks because we're in the pandemic and people make you wear masks when you go places. Handkerchiefs and stuff in here, some more trauma shears, some more water, towels, baby wipes. This is more, I'll open it up and give you a glance inside. This is more of my trauma stuff, combat gauze, trauma kits, larger gauzes. I forgot to point out all the other tourniquets I had in my car. They kind of get overlooked, but I'll show you real quick. We'll come around here with this. All right, so this is the Duration Health Kit. So first thing you're going to see is multiple first aid supplies. You got your triple antibiotic ointment, you got hydrocortisone, you got this awesome field guide. And we hooked up with the guys at Duration Health and we actually created a worst case scenario first aid book. So if you haven't seen that already, head to our website. It's like 70 pages of first aid and trauma care for when you can't get to a hospital, when the ambulance won't come. And I think it'd be really useful for folks who are doing through hiking or they're planning more for kind of a apocalyptic societal collapse sort of situation. All right, so we'll open this up over here and we've got another tourniquet here. We got some canned oxygen. Give you a quick look at all that. And we've got prescription medication. I repackaged it. Remember, you need to always have your prescription with you, so I got it printed out under there. But keep your prescription medication in the bottles they come in, containers they come in, or at least keep your prescription with you. But I have relabeled these, so you've got your prednisone, and I've labeled what it's for: allergies, asthma, infection. And so each one of these is pre-packaged with a short description on it of what it is. If I forget what to use it for, that's why I keep the field guide in here. It explains it all. Duration Health actually puts together a medical kit that can be prescribed to you prior to an event, like if you're going to be going off grid, or if you are planning for some sort of a SHTF situation. All right, the last container to show you is in here, and I'm not going to dig it all out, but basically this is kind of my vehicle recovery gear. So I have a tow strap, I've got a shovel, I've got a siphon pump, I've got a cargo net, jumper cables. You try to label as much as you can. There's more duct tape in there, and that's what that section's for. I also have, as you can see, this antenna. This is part of the WeBoost cellular system. So that wire comes in here, goes all the way over there. This is the actual power for it, and this is the antenna. So what it does, guys, it increases the cellular strength. So when I'm driving, especially through this one area where the signal always drops, it keeps me at 5 bars all the time. So pretty much anyone in my car, especially those in the front seat, you're going to be driving around with 5 bars on your cell phone. Just another kind of a communication upgrade. Guys, that is the Bugout vehicle from Super SE Straps. Please subscribe if I'm posting this on YouTube, which I don't normally, but I've had a lot of people tell me I should, so I think I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Follow us. This is Wes from Super SE Straps and Off the Grid Guide. See you guys later.